Last time I spoke to you, you were a Colt. So how's the transition to Buffalo been for you?
I mean, it's been great. I honestly, I didn't think that moving in the middle of the year would be as difficult as I thought it would be. Not really football wise. Obviously, the playbook's a little bit complicated. I've had to learn that, but just life in general. I had to live out of a suitcase for 2 weeks, and I've had a lot of great helping hands here. Just going from a house that you own to a hotel. It's a lot of life changes, but I've been super happy to be here. I've been welcomed by a lot of the guys, and I feel like I'm right at home. So life's great.
Good. I was about to ask you, what are some things that people might not know about NFL players when they do get traded? Like, what's that process literally like for you? I know you said you lived out of your suitcase for a little bit.
I mean, really, we could start on the day I got traded. I heard I was getting traded at 3:55, 5 minutes before the deadline, and then at 4 o'clock, the Bills called me. They welcomed me on board and asked me if I can get on the flight at 7:10. And and boom, I'm in Buffalo at 12 a.m. on Wednesday, and I
Crazy.
wake up. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I get back home at 10 p.m. It's just a job. It's like a job. You pick up and move in the middle of the night, but it's the best job ever. I'm super excited. I'm thankful for the Colts for the opportunity they gave me these past 5 years, and I'm super excited to be a part of the Bills and be with Bills Mafia, one of the best fan bases in the entire sports industry, honestly.
Yeah. What's the craziest Bills Mafia experience you've had so far? I know you had to have one.
Oh yeah, I mean, first of all, I mean, the first game I play in, the first catch I ever catch is in the middle of the snow. I wasn't cold, but I was thinking about, wow, it's snowing. And then I turn around and there's two guys looking at me in the stands with no shirt on, just screaming at me. And I'm like, wow, this is definitely different. And then
Different.
really, it's really honestly, it's just though every away game has been really just special to me because every time we leave, every time we come back, there's fans like at the gate waiting for us. And then we beat the Lions
Oh.
on we beat the Lions on Thanksgiving. We come back and I'm obviously there's still fans there at the gate. And then I get in my car and make this right around to leave. And this is lines and lines of people. It was like a
Oh.
Friday Night Lights, like when they're leaving to go to state championships. That's what it felt like. So it's been great. A lot of support, loyal fans, and I'm super
Good.
excited to be here and be a part of it.
Good. In all seriousness, I'm curious, what is it like for you to go from a team that fired their head coach and might even be in rebuild to an instant Super Bowl contender? That must be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's very very exciting. Obviously, my heart. The Colts will always be a piece of me. They're the first team that gave me an opportunity. Chris Ballard, Frank Reich, those will always be my guys. I have their numbers still, and I'll probably always talk to them forever. But I'm super, super excited for this opportunity. Having lost to the Bills in the playoffs 2 years ago, we played them in 2018, and we beat them 38-5 when I was on the Colts. And now, they beat us in the playoffs 2 years later, and now I'm on this team trying to help them, make a push. And it's kind of crazy that wow, what can time do in 4 or 5 years? And honestly, I just think I just came here at the right time, and I'm thankful and grateful for the opportunity. I've been saying that for the past 3 weeks I've been here, and I'm looking forward to earning that.
Do you at all feel the pressure in the building being on a team with a Super Bowl or bust expectations?
I mean, yeah, but also I feel pressure for myself. I mean, they traded for me, they gave up draft picks for me, so I take a lot of pride in that. That I want to make them right on that decision. And then on top of that, we're in the AFC East right now. Every team is over 500. Miami's looking really good. There's a lot of good teams right now in the AFC. So I'm just
Facts.
happy to be a part of it and just do what I can to help this team win. Our offense is great. We have a great defense, and we can score a lot of points. So as long as we don't beat ourselves, we can beat anybody.
What would it mean to be on a team that does bring Buffalo its first title?
It would be great. Actually, with Frank Reich, he was on the teams. He was on the 4 teams that went to Super Bowl and lost. So just hearing that story, hearing this perspective on it is great. And now that I'm here, it gives me a whole new perspective on how hungry this fan base is, how deserving they are for supporting us in this cold and throughout this weather and throughout hard and good times. And it'd be great. But to even before we can even talk about a world title, we got to win the AFC East and then make it to the playoffs. And that's really our goal.
I feel like as a player, like it's very underestimated what you've been able to do. You've played in Indy. When you were in Indy, you've had a new quarterback every year, and now you're with Josh Allen. Like, what a difference that must be for you playing, with a franchise quarterback compared to what you did in Indy. Like, that must be insane.
Yeah, no, it was that's one of the biggest things I thought about as soon as I got traded to the Bills is like, wow, I'll have some stability. Obviously in Indy, we tried to figure it out and just each year was somebody different and it's kind of cool, like, for the first time in my career coming back next year after this year and knowing that it'll be the same guy, which will be great. And and also is not the same guy. He's one of the best guys, and I think he's the best quarterback in the NFL. So I'm super excited to play with Josh. I met Josh, 5 years ago at the rookie premiere, so I followed his career along, and I'm just excited to see what he does. And 17 and 14 combination is something special. We watched that last Thursday, and watching that and just being around him, Diggs, Isaiah Motor Singletary, Isaiah McKenzie, it motivates you to be better. When you're around great players and the best players like Diggs and Allen, I mean, you have to elevate your game too, and that's what I plan on doing.
People always say they're surprised how big Josh is or even how fast he is in person. What was that for you? Oh my gosh, this is Josh Allen moment. Did you have one of those?
Yeah, I did because obviously I've seen him run, and honestly, he's ran on us in the playoffs a couple of times. I was like, God, I hate that guy. So now I can like him. So that's kind of cool. But I think my
Now
first
you
Josh
like
Allen
him.
moment, yeah, I think my first Josh Allen moment might have been my first game. He had a 50-yard touchdown. Like, what other NFL quarterbacks other than like Lamar and maybe Justin Fields are breaking it out for 50 yards and scoring and getting one-on-one with the safety and getting it in the end zone? And that was, I've seen him run a couple of times. I'm like, dang, he's a lot faster than, I don't know what his 40 time is, 4.7 or 4.8 maybe. I don't know what it
I
is,
don't
but
know.
whatever it is definitely, it doesn't match his play speed. That's what I'll tell you. And he's a
Yeah.
great thrower of the ball too. He can throw through any type of wind. He can run. He's the complete package, and he's super smart. And nobody talks about that.
Yeah. A big topic for players in the league is turf and grass. And as much as, as a player that does rely so much on cutting, what's your perspective on the topic? How do you feel about it?
I'm in the middle. Honestly, just as I've gotten older, like we have, especially when it's cold outside and things. I know a lot of the players will literally go outside before we go on that turf. And even as I get older and run more, I feel that. But I do think a lot of game fields, especially, should be grass because turf doesn't give. So you see a lot of more ACLs, a lot of more ankle injuries. And the worst thing about turf that people don't realize, when you get tackled and you slide, you get all sort of carpet burns. That's why a lot of the players wear those. I even wear them, the patches on the back of their arms. But I mean, honestly, with us, is you can put it down, put the ball down anywhere, and we'll play. But it would be kind of cool to see. It would be cool to see grass fields, but they're a lot harder to maintain than that, and that's above my pay grade. But I'm okay with I'm okay with playing on just grass.
I like that, above my pay grade.
It's
Well,
way above my pay grade.
before we let you go, we always have to play a game with you. We call
Ooh,
this
yes,
one.
I remember it.
Yes, you're a big fan of our games, and that's why I love it too. This one's called Fitting in Buffalo. So just,
Okay.
of course, a few rapid fire questions to see how you're settling in. So first question, what have you been told is the best wing spot, and have you been to confirm?
So actually, when I was in Indy, the best two wing spots I was told was Gabriel's Gate and Anchor Bar, and I've been to both, and I do confirm. And I actually went my first day I got traded here, I actually went to Anchor Bar, and it was confirmed again. So I've had a couple
10
of
out of
run-ins
10?
with those. Love them. The buffalo wings there are amazing.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, you seem to be getting along with your teammates singing Panic at the Disco on IG Live. So who's got the best vocals on the team?
I wish I knew my teammates that well. I don't know my teammates like I do anymore.
Ah,
Um,
we saw
Look,
you
if
on
I was on the
IG.
Colts,
We saw
look,
you.
if I was on the Colts, I would say Julian Blackman, but I'm not anymore. So I don't really know who can sing yet. All I
Julian,
know is all the
if he
people
sees this, he'll probably be happy.
yeah, no, Julian can sing. He's like Chris Brown, Usher, like type of vocals. Like he's very, very
Breezy?
gifted.
Wow.
I'm not
Okay.
lying. Julian Blackman is as good as a singer as he is as a safety. Um, but honestly, all the players on the Bills, I'm not exactly sure. I just know that all the guys I've heard are bad. So that eliminates Josh Allen, Diggs, Dion, and Isaiah
They're
McKenzie.
bad. Okay. All right. Love that. Okay. Who's the best dressed?
Best dressed. I don't know that neither. Diggs always brings something nice. Von Miller. Von Miller,
Ooh.
yeah, Von Miller he always has some drip to him. I can't even think of like all the guys I see because I've only had a couple of games, but every week I look at Von, I'm like, oh, that's different. I haven't seen that before.
Fly, okay. Do you? So
Yeah.
then maybe you don't have the worst dress. You don't have anybody that's like worst dressed. That's maybe
Oh no,
a
I
little
don't.
bit
I don't
down
have
the
that yet.
line.
You know me. You know I'm not gonna say that anyway.
I know. I know. Okay, we tried. Who's the team prankster?
Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. Threes. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Isaiah McKenzie.
Okay, who falls asleep on the bus or plane the fastest?
Uh,
Like,
Motor
even if
Singletary.
Russ is doing, like, you know, like the whole high knee joke, you know, like, even if something's crazy is going on the plane, who's falling asleep, no matter what?
I don't know, Shaq Lawson goes to sleep, or maybe Devin Singletary, but it's because his name is Motor. Motor runs the ball hard. So I see, like, last week I was sitting there, we were talking, I turned back around, he's asleep, and I was like, yeah, he was running that thing hard today, so I'm not mad at him. He worked. He's a great runner of the football, I can tell you that. I've learned a lot from him.
Last one. I promise this is the last one. Okay, who would break a table just because? Who's wildin' just because?
Diggs. Diggs and Deion Dawkins. With those two guys, you don't know what
He's
you're gonna get
jumping
from
on a
them. Great
table.
guys. Yeah, they're funny guys. You don't know what you're gonna get from them. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a lot of positivity and a lot of jokes.
Hey, sports fans, if you want to see more conversations with athletes and stars, check out these videos right here and be sure to subscribe for more from USA Today Sports.